How's it going, guys? It's Ross, and this is an update video. Alright, so you probably already read the title, but I am retiring from the Paralympics. I'm pretty much just making this video impromptu because there's so many different elements of why I'm retiring. The main reason, I have my keyboard right here. I have a list. I'm just gonna read off it because there's so many different reasons. But essentially, before I go into it, yeah, I am retiring from the Paralympics. What does this mean? This means that I'm no longer going to be getting paid from them, and I'm just no longer going to be swimming. I'm just going to be doing my education full time, and that's pretty much what kind of spurred all of this along, was that I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere in my life just doing the Paralympics, because I've struggled with sticking with the Paralympics in the past, but I pretty much made a deal. I was like, all right, all I have to do is make it to Tokyo. All I have to do is make it to trials, which was supposed to be last summer, but then everything got canceled by COVID, and so I was in it for another year. I was like, all right, I can get through this, but I am just so burnt out on school, or not school, why did I say school, on Paralympics and just swimming. I want to go to school. I don't even have my associates yet because I've been doing one or two classes here and there, but doing swimming and YouTube full time, mainly swimming, of course. But yeah, so first reason being COVID. As you all can imagine, that was a huge that's been a huge reason why I'm just kind of done, because I was willing to deal with the first lockdown, but COVID numbers are rising again, and I feel like there's gonna have to be another lockdown, something of the sort. And I don't know, I don't think there's any coming back from that, because with swimming, if you're out for a week, you're back in for 2 weeks getting back to where you were. So when you're out for however many months, it's just is it even worth it at this point? Most of my, before COVID, I was at my prime, right? I was at my peak in swimming, but now I have to do so much work to get back to it through the net, just for 1 year. And that's great. It sounds like it's just 1 year, but that's a I don't want to say a big chunk of my life, because in hindsight, or not hindsight, but when you think about it, it's actually not. But it's a critical part in my life where I want to do my education and focus on that, and focus on YouTube, and just focus on what I want my career to be, because ultimately Paralympics is short term, and that was a big reason for COVID. I would say it's sort of the sunk cost fallacy. If you guys don't know about that, essentially it's where, I think the definition I remember seeing online is if you buy a $20 ticket to a concert, but end up spending $1,000 and going through a blizzard to get to the concert, was it worth it? Obviously the answer would be no. And so it's this idea that people say you've sunk so much time into this, you can't give up now, but that's the negative thing. That's the detrimental thing about it, is that it mentally, or not mentally, but it's negative to your health, because it's do this at all costs, which is great for some philosophies, but for something like this, I'm just I'm busting my butt trying to keep it PG on the channel, busting my butt 24/7, basically making, or I guess I could say, yeah, $1,200 a month. So I was on national A team, and I was making $1,200 a month for swimming 20 hours a week, I guess 80 hours a month. I was making $1,200, and that's what the top athletes pay, or get, as far as paying. Of course, they have sponsors and all that stuff, which I didn't have, because I made national A team by the skin of my teeth, right? I was starting to climb up in the ranks, right? I was top 8 in the world, I think, when the time I retired. But the point, sorry, I lost my train of thought. The point is that I'm not getting paid much at all, and it's just it's almost not worth everything that's putting me through. Because yeah, I'm 20 hours in the pool or in the weight room and stuff like that, but I'm also spending time before and after, like recovering and getting ready for the next practice. And like, it affects me mentally, physically, obviously, but like just on all fronts of my life, like I don't have time or the energy. Really, it's just the energy to like do school. Like I don't have time to get home from practice, figure out what to eat to fuel my body for next morning, and then go on to my classes and like do schoolwork, and then find an accessibility issue, then email my professor and like juggle all that. I just can't do it. And then like YouTube, I've been working on this for like since 2016, 2015, something like that. So it's like, I'm not like, this is part of my future. So let's see what else I have written down. Oh yeah. So one of the reasons why like I think I've waited so long to retire was like back in 2019 at the beginning of January, I think, like I wanted to retire. Like I don't think I ever like, you know, talked about it on social media or YouTube, but like I wanted to retire so bad. But I was talked out of it by my mom, by my coach, and ultimately I was like, they're right. Like I haven't been in it long enough, and so I got talked out of it. And part of what made this decision so difficult was kind of fear of the unknown. And that's like this idea that you don't know what's coming up next in your life, but like you're still in a bad spot and you have to get out of it. But like you're staying in the bad spot because you don't know what's coming next. And so that's kind of where I was at. And I eventually just kind of ripped the Band-Aid off, and I was like, I'm not happy doing this. Like I dreaded getting in the pool every single time. Like it just, and I just feel, yeah, I could go on and on and on. And then, and then lastly, like I just I didn't click well with my coach. Like ultimately, like this, like he was, I mean, I don't want to like talk bad, but like this guy was like an anti-vaxxer and an anti-masker. Like he didn't agree with COVID and all that fun stuff. And so like just on top of all of it, like I just didn't click well with him. And like that, yeah, that just a lot of like, I didn't have any issues with my teammates, or like, I just didn't click well with my coach really. And like, I don't even want to like say it was just my coach, but just like the bureaucracy of the Paralympics, like it's just, I was ready to get out. And see, the thing is that like, how do I describe it? I'm getting paid $1,200 a month, and I still have to walk on eggshells, like on social media, about what I tweet and stuff, because like I have to keep the Paralympics in a positive light and whatnot. But I mean, like I've talked about it before on the channel, like on the Paralympics, like they have all these accessibility issues. I've talked about it before on my Twitter too. Like the Whoop band isn't accessible, so like their own fitness tracker isn't accessible for me. A lot of the surveys and forms that they send out aren't accessible. So it's just like, it just adds up. And it's like, well, you're just running away from the problem. Like, why not help fix it? And it's like, it's not my job. Like, my job is a Paralympic swimmer, not a free accessibility consultant. I know I'm just rambling, but like, these are, I feel like these are all like valid concerns and issues why I was like, I think I'm just done. Like, I had a good run with the Paralympics. Like, I met Sam, of course, and then I had a lot of fun experiences and learned a lot. But yeah, I think it's just time for me to move on, and that's why I'm making this update video, because I'm not gonna be calling myself a Paralympic swimmer anymore, because I'm not. I may call myself like a former Paralympic swimmer, but it's like, what do you do? Like, whatever. But with that being said, that is about it, and I hope you guys understand, see where I'm coming from. If not, I totally get that as well. But tomorrow, when you are seeing, I can't even keep the schedule in my head, but essentially this week coming out with an unboxing video for the Xbox Series X, as well as an accessibility review. So keep an eye out for those. And with that, I will see you guys next time.